Thanks. Alright guys, if you want to get over this area, can you like get over here somehow? Just trying to get closer. We want you in a circle, just want you at the pool table. So share. No lecture. No lecture. You guys lined up kind of early, so we're waiting for Aaron here. He's coming. Who wants to hear a joke? Anyone want to hear a joke? Alright, who's got a joke to tell? Who's got a joke to tell? Let's tell a joke. What? I was going to tell I don't know any Alright, we're not going to tell that joke. We're going to do it. Alright guys, I got a joke for the girls. These three girls right here came up with this, so just call and yell at them, alright? Alright, what do you call a duck that steals? Alright, doggy! That wasn't funny. Break it. Alright, what do you got? Ah, that's a good one. Okay. Alright guys, look good. Why did the mushroom go to the party? I was a fun guy. Get it, Trent? Like a fungus? With a fun guy? Yeah.
What's scratching back in your teeth? Break!
Thank you very much, guys. Break. Alright guys, Nor has a story for you. You gotta listen.
Joe, it's a joke. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love the joke, but you're gonna hate me. Shut up! You need to hear this joke to get into heaven. If you don't know the answer, he won't let you in. Okay. So, I'm gonna hope you guys will shut up once I start talking. Basically, so there was this guy, and he wanted to be a trainer. So, just let it go. Ignore that comment. You'll love it, I promise. So this guy, he wanted to be a train conductor, right? So he went to conductor college, and and he graduated, top of his class. So he became a conductor. You can be a conductor wherever you want. And he was like a conductor in the Southwest, New Mexico. So he did. And then one day, this guy was engineering his train going along, and he saw some hipsters on the track. If there's one thing this guy hates, it's hipsters, mind you. So he shoves the coal in the engine, full speed ahead, and he kills the hipsters. This guy gets taken to court. The rules of the court are, if you're found guilty, sentenced to death, electric chair. If you survive the electric chair, you're free to go. One last request. I'm telling a joke.
What are your jokes?
So-
Sitting on the couches.
So this guy, he's found guilty. Electric chair. There's one last request. So he says, I want to eat the magical red striped banana from the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. And they get this banana for this man because he's about to die, mind you, and he eats it. Electric chair. He survives. It's a miracle. He's free to go. But he can't be a conductor anymore. So, not in the United States. He goes to Europe. A conductor in the Alps. One day, this guy is being a conductor, conducting his train, and he sees a pack of yodelers. And there's one thing this guy hates more than hipsters, it's yodelers. So, shows the coal on the engine, full speed ahead, he kills the yodelers. So, mind you, this isn't some futuristic state where every court, there's a world court, there's not United States courts, European courts, one court. Same judge, same rules apply. Electric chair, you're free to go if you survive, and you have one last request. So they go to him, what's your one last request? I want the red striped banana from the top of Mount Kilimanjaro. He eats it, he survives, it's a miracle, he's free to go. But he cannot be a conductor anywhere, it's a two-strike system. So he becomes the train conductor for the kids train in the mall. And one day, he's driving along and he sees a pack of babies. He short circuits the train and he full speed ahead and he kills the babies. It's a tragedy. So, same court. Guy's taking to court for the third time. It's unbelievable. So, same rules apply. Same judge. He says, electric chair, if you're found guilty, one last request. If you live, you're free to go. So, the guy's found guilty. Electric chair, he lives. One last request, I want the red striped banana from the Mount Kilimanjaro, and he's electric chair, he lives. So, the judge is like, at this point, he's just confused. And he looks at the guy afterwards, he goes, what is it about this banana? And he's like, well, what do you mean? Every time you get sentenced, you get this banana. For some reason, you live. And the guy looks at him and he's like, honestly, I just like bananas a lot. I guess you could say I'm a bad conductor.
Give it up for Noah, everybody. Alright guys, one quick announcement. Hey guys, one quick announcement. I'm serious. Guys. Guys, what? Alright, this Sunday. Trey, what are we doing this Sunday? Life groups. We got life groups at 6:20. Woo! 6:20, guys. We have a great discussion, a great good band, we worship, and we have a good time. So come 6:20. Be here Sunday.
Hey guys. I want to tell you just a few things. Here at Altar, we are really into having a lot of kids here. We'd like to have a great time. But don't ever forget that every single one of you guys means something to us here. You mean something to me. Every single one of you are important. It's our priority to connect with you guys relationally and to let you know that you mean something. That's why we have life groups. Because we want you guys to have your stories told. We want you guys to know that you matter to people. That's why we have life groups. That's what Aaron was telling you guys about. The second thing, all sorts of people have been asking me about shirts. How do I get altered stuff? If you go to our Facebook fan page, how many people are not a fan of our Facebook fan page? Oh, you got to Alright. If you go to our fan page, there's a tab that says shop. And if you go to that tab, you can buy Chuck Norris sweatpants. You can buy a shirt that will make you a rock star. I'm not read the descriptions. I'm telling you, it's true. All right. And then the other thing, I have something else to say. Oh, starting next Wednesday, I'm gonna try something new. I just thought of it like 10 minutes ago. I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna have lunch with Aaron. That's me. And we're going to meet here at 3:45 on Wednesday. We're going to have Subway. And we're just going to talk about, like, whatever. They'd be like, hey, guys, what's going on? Tell me about Mrs. Jackson's class, if there is such a thing. Hi, Mrs. Jackson. I'm sorry, Mrs. Jackson. Okay. All right. So 3:45 next week. It'd be cool if you guys would bring a couple bucks. We'll get like a big long stuff, and we'll eat stuff, and we'll talk about stuff. We'll talk about what you guys are going to talk about. Alright, now we're going to talk about relationships. 4 weeks. 4 weeks. We're going to talk about all sorts of good stuff. We're going to have a lot of fun. Hey, listen. It'll be awkward at times. It'll be funny most of the time. Are we live? Are we on TV? It's like, are we live?
Yeah. Oh boy, no, it's...
You saw people kissing? Were they married? What? I will! Alright, don't tell me who it was today. But next time, it was probably the boy. It was probably the boy who's like, you better kiss me or I'll dump you. If you love me, you kiss me. If you don't kiss me, you hate puppies, and I'll dump you. With a picture of a puppy, which you'll hate. Alright. Someone, can you shut the door for me up there? Shut that door. Shut that door. Alright, how many people are currently in a relationship? Raise your hand if you're in a relationship. Aaron, John, raise your hand. Your girlfriend's watching. Riley, he's got his hand up. He's got 2 hands up. Alright, I'm in a relationship. I'm thinking about getting married and having babies. How many people are not in a relationship but want to be in a relationship? How many people? Okay. Now, maybe you're sitting next to that special girl who you're not dating, and you're all like, maybe she'll notice. Maybe she'll see my hand in the air. She texted me back the other day. I'm pretty sure she thinks I'm cute. Guys, how many people plan to get married someday? Pretty much everybody. And if you don't have your hand up, you probably will anyways. Alright. When my voice gets sore, it means I was yelling too much because we have so many new people here. Give it up for the new people. Alright, stop clapping. When it comes, hey, listen. When it comes to marriage and relationships, who is your teacher? When it comes to marriage In relationships, who is your teacher? Anthony. Your grandpa. Alright? Who else? Your parents. What else? Yourself. Okay, wait. Hey, wait. Wait a minute. Guys, we just had the Sunday school answer. Someone did say Jesus. Now, I'll have you know that if Jesus is your relationship teacher, that's really good. That's good, but I think you're not telling me the truth. Otherwise, you'd stay single and probably be crucified in your early 30s. But it's true. Why else would I be talking about it if Jesus wasn't supposed to be your teacher? That's right. Okay. All right. How many people? I never get the answer. Who's your teacher? No, Jesus could be your teacher, but who really is your teacher? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think what I'm going to tell you about relationships, you're going to hear it, and then you're going to forget it, because you're going to go home. Listen, you're going to go home, and you're going to watch the MTV. And you're gonna go, wait a minute, and then you're gonna go online, and then you're gonna watch movies you shouldn't be watching. Listen, hey, guys. The media is your teacher. Listen, the media is your teacher. They're the ones that tell you what beauty is, right? They're the ones that tell you what a relationship is. They're the ones that teach you that a relationship is supposed to have all sorts of drama. They're the ones that tell you to do what feels good, right? What do they teach you about relationships? What does the media teach you about relationships? What? It's about looks. What else?
It's all about the physical intimacy.
About the physical intimacy. You don't take your time in relationships. It ends? Yeah. Okay. All right. Guys. There's a lot of wrong stuff our teacher teaches us. Guys, I want to try to fix that over the next couple weeks. How many people think that you're ready to get married right now? You're ready to get married right now, like right now. Okay, look. I've got, listen, by the law in the state of Ohio, I can marry you. Not like you and me, but like you and somebody else. So who's ready? Put your hands down. Put your hands down. Listen, let me tell you something. Hey, guys, hey. We are only going to have a good time and learn stuff if I'm able to teach. So you're going to have your turn, I'll have my turn. You're not ready to get married because you're really bad at relationships. Why are you really bad at relationships? Because you're really young, you're really inexperienced, you lack wisdom. Why? Because you're young. We're going to figure that out. We're gonna work it out together. We're going to talk about it. What benefit do you think there is in talking about topics like relationships? Even though it's awkward. Is it awkward? It will be. It will be. What benefit is there? Okay, it makes you stronger. Guys, shh. Okay. Right. Hey, bro. Yeah. What else? How many people? Oh, go ahead. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Listen. Hey. You can keep yourself from getting into a bad situation. You can learn. How many people are born experts at something? No. Here's what you're an expert at when you're born. When you're born, you're an expert. You're an expert at pooping in your pants. Alright? Jared, take this way. When you're born, guys, go to the mic. Don't make me fight. When you're born, you're an expert at pooping in your pants. And here's the thing, you guys were pooping your pants a couple years ago. You're just recently potty trained. You're only like 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. And the grand scheme of your life, you're really, really young. You don't have a lot of experience, okay? Here's the thing about teenagers. One day, you're in the mirror. And you're like, oh my gosh, I've got like a hair on my lip. Would you look at that? I've got a hair under my armpit. Basically, I'm an expert at everything. I just got my driver's license. I know how to drive better than my mom. I watch YouTube. So, guys, so the benefit to talking about it is you're going to learn something. Now, here's the thing. If you are a guy and you are a serial dater and you just want to date and take and date, you are not going to like this series. If you are a young lady and you want to know, if you want to know what real love is, if you want to know the kind of character you should look for in a man, then you're going to like this series. And if men, if you want to know what kind of character you want to have, to be the one that the one is looking for, you're going to love what I have to say because you're going to learn a lot. Okay? Here's a couple of reasons why we're going to talk about this stuff, because you will spend most of your life in relationships. Making good choices right now, learning good things right now, is going to protect you for the rest of your life. You can either be happy and joyful or miserable because of relationships. A lot of times, in fact, all the time, it's up to you and the choices that you make. Okay? So that's why it's important for us to talk about relationships. Also, society is a very bad teacher. The things that you see on TV and in the movies, it's bad. If you're both going to kill yourself, that's really bad. I'm telling you. Don't do it. Look, listen. Society would tell you that I have a bad marriage. Why? Because I'm not cheating on my wife because she's not punching me in the face. Well, I mean, she'll throw a shoe at me. That happens. But, listen, society is a bad teacher. And most importantly, guys, listen, every year, what you do right now will impact you for the rest of your life. The choices you make today and tomorrow, relationally, any adult will tell you this, will impact you for the rest of your life. So why do I say, we'll talk about each of these individually, why do I say that society is a bad teacher? Okay. What? Okay. What is entertaining? Drama! Alright! If my marriage marriage was a reality show, no one would watch it. Listen. If my marriage was a reality show, no one would watch it. There's not enough drama. Hey. The other thing, I read this on Facebook the other day. I want to vomit. I want to actually vomit on the person who said it. Someone said, "Hey, bro, don't listen to them haters with Z. Don't listen to them haters. If it feels good, then do it." Now, I'm pretty sure, listen, hey. I'm pretty sure there's a whole lot of drug addicts and prostitutes and porn stars who went by that mantra. Let me tell you something. Half the things that will ruin your life, listen to me, half the things that will ruin your life really feel good first. I'll tell you what, when I was 18 years old and I was snorting crystal meth off of pen caps and off tables, it felt good. It felt good. I liked it. But when I started stealing from my friends and my family members, and people started to say I was a liar and a cheater, it didn't feel so good. But yet the media tells us if it feels good, you should do it. It doesn't matter who's in your path or what lives you destroy, go ahead and do it. Stop listening to your bad teacher. How to pass mistakes in relationships. How to pass mistakes in relationships impact our future.
Exactly. You learn from your mistakes, you know how to do something which did that person, the other person.
Okay.
I understand.
That's a positive. How to pass mistakes in relationships. Let me say it this way. How do mistakes that we make in relationships have negative consequences for our future? Ashley Ward. Okay. That's good. You have a kid, or a disease, or an addiction, or guys, hey. Hey, Aaron. Can you talk real quick? All right, thank you for that permission. Go ahead.
It might make you so afraid to make that mistake again. It might try suicide not to make.
Okay. How many people have their feelings hurt? How many people have someone have had their self-confidence ruined? They feel like they're unlovable or they're unworthy. This is all because of relationship mistakes. This happens because of mistakes you've made in your past that you take into future relationships. Let me tell you something. Listen to me. There are no such things as marriage problems. What? A bunch of married people will say that doesn't make any sense. There are no such thing as marriage problems. The institution of marriage is a really awesome thing. So, if my wife throws a shoe at me, and really she's done that, like recently actually. Recently. If she throws a shoe at me, it's not because the institution of marriage is a bad thing. It's because I made a mistake, or more likely, to be honest with you, if you're watching at home, I love you, babe, before I say this, it's because she's making a mistake. That mistake could be baggage from bad relationships in the past. Listen, guys, relationship problems in marriages are caused by the baggage that people take into marriage through previous relationship mistakes. In other words, the problems that you see in relationships are because of choices, poor choices people have made in the past. Their hearts haven't been conditioned to that. The pain of relationship problems are still affecting them. So that's why I'm telling you, and I want you to understand very clearly, it's so important that you make right decisions today. Because what you do right now is going to impact you for years to come. In order to have a good relationship, it is important. In order to have a good relationship, it is important to focus our attention on the right stuff instead of the wrong stuff. So what do you think is the most important part of having a successful relationship? Somebody give me some answers. What's the most important thing? Trust? Jesus. Right? It's true. What? Honesty. Honesty. Communication. Faithfulness. Understanding. Respect. Okay. Yes. Okay, that's good. That's good. Guys, Justin was saying that sometimes someone can make a mistake in a relationship and you can take the burden on yourself. So that leads to this next question. When we have a good relationship, we're communicating. We're talking to each other. We're honest about our mistakes. How many people think that finding the right person is the most important part of establishing a good relationship? How many people think that finding the right person is the most important part of establishing a good relationship? Okay, alright. I'm not going to give you my opinion on that just yet. Let me ask another question. How many people think there is one person out there, especially designed and created just for you? There's one person. God has put one person. I'm going to find him. Just for me. If anybody tries to take him, I'm going to kill him. Alright. Okay. Alright. Let me tell you that the idea that there's one person created for you is wrong. The idea if finding the right person is the key to relationship success is totally wrong. It's dumb. Why don't you put your hands up? Listen, let me tell you why. They're dangerous ideas. If I believe that the right person is going to make a good relationship, I'm relying on chemistry to make a solid relationship. If I believe that there's one special person out there that I'm setting myself up to believe that it can be every person out there. For instance, if I'm a girl and I'm 16 and I think Trent is the guy for me, and I think that there's only one person out there, then it's got to be Trent. It's got to be Trent. But then, what if he's not right for me in the sense that, well, he doesn't agree with anything I say. He tells me I'm ugly. He doesn't like my parents. So even if he's totally wrong for me, I'm going to be convinced that he's right for me because God made one person for me, and he's going to be it because I'm dating him. And so then that leads into doing all sorts of stupid stuff because he's over me. All right. As far as chemistry is concerned, Ryan, come here. No, come here. Let's say that Brad is a girl. And Noah is a boy. And then me they trust, like, the same. They both wear, look, they both wear the deep V-neck. Alright? And they both have like real typewriters for documents. They're like super typewriters for documents. You don't even use a computer. You guys are like straight hipsters. Like 100% hipster. Listen. You get along so well. You have such amazing chemistry. You're never gonna fight. You're compatible. You have an amazing relationship based on chemistry. Okay, listen. Guys, they're never gonna fight. You know why? Because they have everything in common. And if I'm the right person, they're never gonna argue. We're never gonna fight. Okay? Because they have the chemistry. Here's the thing about chemistry. Listen now. I don't want to see your chemistry anymore. Here's the thing about chemistry. I think chemistry is a really good word for it. I think chemistry is a really good word. Listen. Hey, guys, I'm losing my voice. Help me out. I think chemistry is a good word because that's what's going on. In your brain, there's a chemical reaction. And you are releasing incredible amounts of endorphins. That feeling that you get when you're in love, it's chemicals. Listen. And the feeling, hey, pay attention. Ladies, listen. It can only last for a little bit. It's going to go away. The endorphin explosion only lasts a little bit. And then that's when like relationship skills are going to come in. And when you're like, oh, we're never going to argue, you're like, okay, I hate him. It used to be cute when he fought by you. You hate that now, it stinks. Listen, hey. Chemistry, listen up. What I'm going to say to you right now is the most profound thing you will ever hear in your entire life. Write this down, lock it in your heart. Don't forget it. Because chemistry is like Chipotle. Here's why I say it. If you get that big burrito, hey, Paige, come here. I'm really sorry about dating Trent there. Like, you ever go Chipotle? Can you eat the whole burrito? Like, what happens when you get to the end? You belly for a little bit? Okay, guys, listen. So when Paige goes, when Paige goes to eat a burrito at Chipotle, it's really big, and she eats like almost the whole thing, and at the end her belly's really upset. Listen. Here it is. You ready for this? When you take those first couple bites, you got those endorphins exploding. You're like, oh my God, this is so good. I can eat this forever. And then, as the endorphins start to wear off, and you keep shoving that thing in your belly, you're like, oh my gosh, I got poop.
What's it?
But it used to taste really good. So you keep eating more of it. You're sweating. You're taking the belly out. Listen. Once orphans wear off, is what she's gonna end up. And that's how in the toilet. And that's pretty much the same thing with relationships. Come on. Come on. How many of you raised your hand? How many of you raised your hand when I asked if you believe there was one person out there that might be just for you? Don't be shy. I already told you were dumb. You can raise your hand again. You are. It doesn't make. You're still dumb. You can raise your hand. Claim it. Claim it. That's right. Be proud. Robert, don't be shy. You raise your hand. Now put your hand in the air. Come on, claim it. No, you want to do it? All right. It's okay. All right. Why? I already gave you the answer. Listen. I already gave you the answer, but listen. Why is it a really dangerous idea?
Because they're not.
Okay. When they're not, you're gonna be really sad.
Yeah, you're right.
That's good.
It is dangerous. I probably helped them once, but it was yeah, it's painful. Because it probably.
Hey guys.
Only once I that really sort of used and yeah, it was devastating. When it wasn't right, it's a fantastical thing to happen to try your magic.
That's good. That's good.
I like the word.
Go ahead.
If you're stuck in the idea that there's only one person out there for you, you can like dig yourself out of a lot of learning experiences from other relationships. Like because if you never get in a relationship because you're scared that they're not right, then you're never gonna learn. You know what I'm saying?
No. If you
are stuck in the idea that there's only one person for you, because like dig yourself out of a lot of learning experiences. But if you never give anyone a chance,
Gotcha.
if you're afraid, then you're never gonna learn.
okay, okay, that's good. That's good. Shh, guys. So, the potential for heartbreak is, that's what Luke said. The potential for heartbreak and devastation is like really big. Guys,
If you put your whole life on something that you're not even expecting, ruin your life. Ruin your future.
okay,
You won't know what's ahead of you.
alright. Anyone else? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
You'll stress over any little problem.
Yeah, okay, right. This is the one for me, but they won't even text me back in 10 minutes! What kind of forever partner are they? Wait a minute! It's because I'm ugly! Listen. Guys, hey, guys! Okay, you can focus on flaws. That's good. Alright. How many people have ever said, no, I'll pick on the girls. I'm sorry. Oh, you know what though? I've heard guys do this too. Brad. I'm joking. I saw you dudes. It's like, I know. I can't lose her! I can't lose you! You're my one and only! And if I lose him, I'll never find anybody else! I'll be alone forever! I'll never love again! Mind you, I'm 14. For my entire life, I've never loved anybody like that. Okay, now look. How many people have ever said that or heard it said? Everybody put your hand in the air. Yeah. Okay. But think about this. Number one. If we feel like there's only one person that God has put on this earth just for me, isn't that sort of a selfish idea anyways? Like God would design a person just to meet my needs? Like isn't that kind of like, that's kind of selfish, you know what? The other thing is this. I need like 4 people to come here. Okay. Alright, look. Alright. Come on now. Alright, so you're a guy and you're a girl again, and you're a guy and you're a girl. And wait. And you were like supposed to marry her. God said, that's your girl. But she ended up marrying him. But wait a second. But he was supposed to marry. Wait. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you guys are supposed to get married. But wait. But got married instead. So now you guys gotta get married. But wait a second. There was somebody else who thought they were supposed to marry you, and then they're marrying her. And the one thought they were gonna marry her, and they married her. And oh my God, the whole world is like falling apart now. Like, what's gonna happen? Listen. Do you see? Do you see how foolish? Do you see how ridiculous that is? Yeah. And then listen. So we got this relationship, and we thought we were made for each other, and you were my one and only. But the chemistry, remember, our relationship is based on chemistry. If the chemistry wears off, I'm going through puberty, excuse my voice. I'll probably start growing facial hair. One of two things happen. Guys, help me out. You will be convinced that the right person, remember, you thought they were the right person at first. They must not have been the real right person. And so you start to try to figure out who the new real right person is. And so the problem with this is you start to seek out new chemistry, a new chemical reaction, but this time it's going to be better. It's going to be butter. So guys, put your phones away, please. I don't like to pick on people, but I really do actually. So you seek out new chemistry, guys. Instead of trying to work on actual relationship stuff. What if you're married? You know when guys are most likely to cheat on their spouse? Well, clearly. The number one time is when she's pregnant. Was she pregnant? Listen, why? Hey, guys, listen. We got 6 minutes. Listen. Women are pregnant, they're worried about something else. And they get cranky sometimes, and they can't do as much around the house, and so chemistry starts to wear off. And this guy says, maybe she's not really the right one for me. So I'm going to find someone else who's the right one for me. Listen, In marriage, you see how foolish that is. Because chemistry wears off. I had chemistry in my marriage since like 5 months after I got married. My relationship is based on love and commitment and trust, and I'm not chemistry. If my relationship was on chemistry, my wife would kill me 13 times yesterday. So instead of working on relationship issues like, hey, I'm sorry. Or, you know what, that was my fault. Or I'm not going to cross that boundary anymore. Listen, guys, instead of working on real relationship stuff, we say, oh, they were right for me. The chemistry wore off. I need to find someone who doesn't need me to say I'm sorry. I need to find someone who's cool with me being out like all night. They'll have some chemistry and like a really good relationship. No, that's foolish. You need to do things, listen. If chemistry wears off, and your relationship is based just on chemistry, and just on this idea that they were the right one just for me, created just for me, and the chemistry wears off, you start to do things to bring the passion back. Or keep them around a little bit longer. And what might happen? What might happen? What was that again? What'd you say? She said sex!
You are not.
Okay, listen. We're not going to talk about that today. But we will soon. But it's true. Listen. When your relationship is just based on chemistry, it's just based on a chemical reaction, you start to do things to produce more chemistry, and more chemical reactions, and more endorphins. And you start doing all sorts of really stupid things. We'll talk about that more in a couple weeks. To avoid heartbreak and relational pain, what is the most important thing you can do right now? Like right now. What? Stay single? Here, Joey.
Set boundaries in your relationship.
Okay, set boundaries. What else? What's the most important thing you can do right now? Like, right now. What else, guys? What? Hey, guys. This is it. You ready? Hey, guys. So I was thinking about teaching today. Is that cool with you? Work. Guys, here it is. Work on you. You have to work on, listen, being the one that the one is looking for. Work on being the one that the one is looking for. I want to tell you that God wants you to have amazing relationships. Everything that you want from a relationship, every really awesome thing, God wants you to have. He made it, for God's sakes, for you to have. But it takes work for you to be ready for that. Listen, I'm going to tell you a couple things you can do. Well, first let me ask this. If I say, start working on yourself to find the person who wants you, how does that make sense? How can you not work? How can you not go looking for people to find somebody?
Better yourself.
Okay, look. People tell me. Tell me. Okay. All right. And you're always here. Like, you're a good boy this time. Yes. You're a boy. All right. You're a boy, and you've been working on yourself. Like, you're trying to really master your character. You're trying to be a good man. Okay, listen. And you guys, you're all idiots. All of you. You're idiots. You, listen. You are all idiots. Hey, listen. And because he's working on himself, you're like, man, he's too good. He's a goody two-shoe. He won't do drugs. He won't do the marijuana with us. And so you're going to be like, you're just not going to be attracted to being with him. And you know what? He's not going to be attracted to being with you, okay? And you ladies, you're all working on yourself too. You're all, listen, hey guys, listen. Guys, I don't want to fight, come on. I'm going to fight. You're all working on yourself too. Guys, and since there's not one person made for him, but these people are all working on themselves. You're naturally going to be in the same circle of people. Because the same stuff is important. And oh, you know what? This lady, she's a Steelers fan. So it's just not, there's just a different interest there. Hey, it's just, guys, there's just a different interest. And you're just a little too tall. You know, I mean, hey, you know, like, you're beautiful. You love God. You're just a little tall. You know, you're just not like that much, you know. But everything else about you is beautiful. You know, you're just a little too tall. Okay? And you're not into the same things. He's into like teddy bears. And you're into like race cars. And you want to spend your life traveling, and he likes it in Madison. So, you know what? Naturally, he's just not connected. But these guys, they like the same stuff. They're both working on themselves. They both have a good heart. Listen, hey, guys, please. They both have a good heart. Hey. And a strong character. And they love the same things. And they love God. So naturally, they're drawn together. By focusing on themselves. Listen, Adam. By focusing on themselves. Listen, I'm not talking about a selfish way. Guys, I'm talking about focusing on their own hearts and aligning it to what God wants for their lives. You weed out all the bad people. And you become attracted naturally to the other people who are working on themselves. That's why I say be the one, guys. Be the one that the one is looking for. How do you do that? Let me give you a couple tips. 1 Corinthians 13. It's in like every way. Okay? It's like, okay, what do you want your Bible verse to be? Like, I don't know. There's something that talks about love in the Bible. Like, yeah, 1 Corinthians 13. Like, alright, let's do that one. If you read it, never think about it twice. But listen. Alright, here's what it says. Love, guys, this is my time right now. Guys, hey, this is my turn. Love is patient. That means you never pressure. Every single girl in here has heard their Weasley little boyfriend say, if you love me, sneak out of your house. Come over, because my parents are home, and I got some beer. But wait a minute, let me tell you something. Boys and girls, if you got a boyfriend or girlfriend who's pressuring you, they sure as heck ain't loving you. How do I know? Because God says it right there. And God made your heart. He knows what he's talking about. Give me an amen. All right. Love does not pressure. Love is kind. Hey, love is kind. It's not inconsiderate. Oh, so you got homework tonight. And that's more important than hanging out with me? Yeah, it is, actually. And see, if you don't think my education is important, then you're an idiot. If you are dating someone who is not kind to you, they do not love you. Listen, love is not just a second-hand emotion. That was Tim Turner. Sorry, I didn't get that. Hey, can I try it again? You guys laugh. Love is not secondhand emotion. Listen, guys, love is not a feeling. It's not a feeling. It's a doing. And so listen. Hey. I do this to myself. So if you got a boyfriend who is not patient, he's pressuring you, he's not kind, he's inconsiderate, he doesn't love you, it's not the way you want to be loved. If you got a girlfriend who's doing that, she doesn't love you, not the way you need to be loved. Love is not envy. What does that mean? It does not drag you down. Oh, I got National Honor Society. Oh yeah? Well, I got International Honor Society 6 times in a row, state championship. 13 years running, back to back, double square, trip-de-loop, Sao Cow. Amen. Alright? Listen! It's not jealous, let me tell you something. If your boyfriend or your girlfriend is so insecure, let me not pick on insecurity, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. But if they're always jealous, why not be with your sister? Oh, that's your friend? She's ugly. Why you gotta be with her? Well, she's my best friend. I don't care. She's ugly. Guys, then you're not being in love the right way. Love does not boast. Listen, love does not boast. It is not proud. You know why I was a really annoying kid when I was a teenager? Because I was so boastful. I always wanted people to know how good I was at something. And if I'm continuously telling my friends how good I am, and thereby how bad they are, am I loving them the right way? No. Love does not dishonor others. Listen, love never creates regret. Love never creates regret. If you're in a relationship, or you leave a relationship and you feel regret in your heart, maybe by something that you did, or something that happened to you, it was not a loving relationship. Gentlemen, don't you create regret in that girl's heart. Don't you do it. If you do, you're not loving her. Love does not create regret. Last one. Love is not self-seeking. What's that mean? Okay. He's not looking. Love, real love, doesn't make me number one. It makes you number one. I'm not trying to serve myself at your expense. You guys, does that make sense? Are you with me? I'm talking to you boys. Women, ladies, demand these things. You look at 1 Corinthians 13. Demand that. Gentlemen, demand that you are that kind of man. In my book, if you're not that kind of man, you are no man at all. That is the kind of man you should be. Ladies, that's the kind of man you deserve to be with. Don't set your standards any lower. If you work on yourself and you do this, you're going to have relationship success. You will be in a relationship that is always joyful. Even when it's hard, even your wife's throwing shoes at you. It's always joyful because you're always opening your heart and pushing and trying to love this person you're with. And making them number one. Protecting their heart. Honoring them. Being kind to them. That's what you want. Making this work requires effort. Listen, Paul says in verse 11, and I'll close with this. When I was a child, I talked like a child. I thought like a child. I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, I put the ways of childhood behind me. Listen to me. Relationships, good ones, they're not meant for children. Because the mistakes you make now will be with you for the rest of your life. So what Paul is telling us to do in the Bible, what I'm telling you to do is put the ways of childhood behind you. Men, be that. Women, be that. Men, demand that from your woman that you're going to find someday. Ladies, demand that from the man that you're going to find someday. And I hope that with the honor of standing on a podium one day, and some of you, I will be able to marry you saying, man, God is going to bless this marriage because He's blessed their hearts and they tried and they worked hard. It's going to be an amazing thing. That will happen if that's your goal. Let's pray together.